If I invented the rules, schools would teach us how to be happy. Drugs would be free and dealers would have their masters in dual diagnosis counseling. They already know how to meet people where they're at. Harmony of harm reduction and hustle working hand in hand, so the user gets to pick if he wants the help of the drug or the hope of the man. Homes would be given to the homeless and frozen yoga shops would be open 24/7. Y'all think I'm playing? I want there to be rules that I want to live by. Like, if you play by them, it actually means something in the end. Something more than just doing what you're told. I want to be allowed to tap out when this shit gets too hard. Like, mid-work week, haven't slept, forgot to go grocery shopping, been crying for 3 nights straight, check mark. You get a break with no repercussions, no consequences to paint you red like relapse. I want alternatives, like mental health sick days not being taboo, like not needing an excuse to take care of myself. I want Facetune and filters to be first-degree felonies. Like if I gotta live in my natural body, then so do you. I wouldn't know real if it slapped me in the face, because all day I compare myself with makeup and war paint. I'd make war start at home and peace start when you walk out that door. If I invented the rules, you'd be able to make U-turns on freeways. No need to panic over a missed exit. I'd make sideshows mandatory. Like learning how to parallel park. Can't pass if you can't swing. There are people out there making their own rules, for better or worse. I used to know them. Friends relapse, so for now we wait, not knowing if it's our hope or that dope that's gonna carry them home. There was a woman in these rooms whose name meant flying bird in Japanese. She made me believe this program worked. She also taught me how we can remove ourselves silently and build walls so high that coming back ain't in view no more. I know that this blessing can feel like a curse sometimes. The blessing of getting clean, the curse of having to try to stay, but it doesn't have to be all fight all the time. There is a way to rest in your recovery. There is a way to be still and happy and content with all you have. I see my friend under bridges she has painted for herself. I don't know what it feels like to lose everything and then get it all back only to lose it all again. She watched me deliver a poem 9 years ago in this exact room. None of you have to leave here and get high tonight. Maybe I forgot to tell her that. Truth is, there are no rules, just suggestions to help you stay alive, like not making U-turns on freeways. So if you see my friend, tell her I don't blame her, even when I want to. Tell her heaven's the other way around and that we're making new rules. And she can be part of it too, like not blaming people when their clean time gets reset to a raised hand, not making it feel like these meetings are a hierarchy of the abstinent holy, like who can hold their breath the longest without passing out or passing away. I doubt my higher power takes attendance using the Roman numerals on the front of our chips. Nah, he counts you just the way you are in your seat, and every day is a new roll call. If all it took to stay clean were poems, then I'd write one for every person in this room. I would start with my best friend, who spent a life on the run, state to state, running from a sickness that was not her fault. People stopped seeing you and a piece of you broke. Spent seasons like real, cold Detroit seasons, packing away your pain until you became the one everyone else could blame. I've seen doctors look at you It took cracking open your rib cage to release all the pressure that had built inside you. Your story is that of survival turned revival, and I am so blessed to have befriended you in this city by the bay that was your last option because you literally could not run any further west than California. You have stood up times for me I could not stand up for myself, from fighting my very real battles to sending back my dinner order. You are a protector, one like the kind you deserved. I'm grateful for all the wrong turns, arrests, and court orders that brought you here to me. A true California friendship that has been solidified in the fire of walking through each other's no matter what. Like our life depended on it, because it does. When you get here, you're told to get a sponsor, but no one impresses to you the importance of getting yourself a best friend, someone to walk you through when you don't want anyone else to see you. Everyone I know has had every reason to change their date. The pandemic has broken people's sobrieties, serenities, and sisters. It's taken away decades of clean time, leaving black holes nothing can fill. This is a poem I did not want to have to write. A poem I've been putting off, haven't written one in 2 years. I didn't forget how. But nothing comes until the water breaks or the camel's back collapses. So here I am, waiting for God to wash me in this waterfall once again with words I can only pray I get right when they show up on paper. The pandemic broke people's promises. And maybe it was God taking back what he had to, wanted to collect all his angels to make sure that heaven was ready when the rest of us arrived. It was no one's fault. My best friend lost her beloved. She did not misplace her. We just didn't know she wouldn't be there when we tried to find her. We don't break open bottles no more, so instead we broke bread, let our hearts break in half, and allowed ourselves to not have the answers. There are little people watching. If they don't get to numb the pain, neither do we. The rest of that story is not mine to share. Many of us have been strong like dams in an unlikely Northern California downpour, pushing back the inevitable, holding the God-sized weight of pain like this is my cross to bear. But didn't you hear? The rules are being retold. The stories we tell ourselves are not keeping us safe anymore. And if all it took to stay clean were poems, then I'd end this workshop right here. Thank you for being an audience that I've trusted for the last 13 years. Yeah.